What do we have here, Dr. Joseph?
Well, this is an exact replica of the Millennium Falcon. It's a studio scale replica. It's the same scale used in the famous asteroid scene in The Empire Strikes Back. And it's just a beautiful model. We even have the blast marks all in the right places and everything. And so that's what that is. That's an exact studio replica of the Millennium Falcon.
Well, that's fascinating. How about these right here?
This is our meteorite collection, and we got a pretty decent collection. We'd like to add a little bit more to it, but I can show you just a few of these.
All right.
And, this one right here is an iron meteorite from the Canyon Diablo crater in Arizona. That's the big tourist attraction in Arizona.
And there's the picture of it right there, the crater.
And this is sort of a typical iron meteorite, mostly iron and nickel, come from the insides of asteroids. And if you cut one of these open, this is what it looks like on the inside. It's just metal. A lot of people were surprised at that, but just iron and nickel for the most part. And that strange pattern you see is sort of a crisscross pattern. That's called a Widmanstätten pattern, which is caused by metal alloys cooling over millions of years. And that's quite unique to meteorites. You wouldn't find that in iron here on the Earth. And so that's sort of what identifies it and confirms that it's from a meteorite, that Widmanstätten pattern.
And I see it on that one as well.
And this is another one. This is a much finer pattern. This is called a fine octahedrite. And you can see it has the same pattern, but much finer than the other one. But that's what these iron meteorites look like on the inside here.
And there's one from Russia, huh?
Yeah, Russia gets hit a lot by meteorites, it turns out. This one here is the Socote Allende Meteorite. Meteorites are named after the nearest city where they fall. And something like 200 tons of meteorites fell in that town in Russia on that day. And so this is just one little piece of that, all those meteorite fragments. This actually looks like a piece of shrapnel or something. And it has unique markings. They're called flight marks, sort of striations. And I don't know if you can see it there, but that's caused by passage through the Earth's atmosphere. As this was melting, traveling through the Earth's atmosphere at high speed, it caused this pattern of flight marks that you see on there. So this is a really nice meteorite sample. And this is, now that's metal. This is just, this is a rocky, or what's called a Stony Meteorite, found in China. And this is a much more recent origin. I think this was 1997. So this was fairly recent. Unlike the Canyon Diablo, which was sitting in the desert for 50,000 years. So this is a nice specimen of a Stony Meteorite, which except for the blackened surface, it looks just like any other rock you would find on the Earth. So these are much more difficult to find than these iron ones, which you can find with a metal detector. And
then there's a carbonaceous meteorite?
Yeah, this is the Allende Meteorite. We actually got 2 samples of that. This is one of the oldest meteorites known. In fact, this slice, if you look at it just right, you can see lighter colored, they're called chondrules inside there, which are it's material that actually condensed in the early solar system, even before the planets formed. So this is a very, very old meteorite that dates back over 4.5 billion years.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.